My power knows no limits.
3,000 damage. Nuts. That's nuts, you guys. Goodbye.
Burning hellfire.
Oh, we did get an achievement. Big guns.
I can only imagine what sins they were guilty of to deserve that.
So I don't know what the damage threshold is, but once we got above, maybe it was 2,000 or 2,500, but we got that achievement once we did that much damage in a single action. All right, establish the first seal. Now's your chance. Use the established seal card to rebuild one of the celestial seals that binds Chthon's dark power. If all 4 seals can be established, the hunter can complete the seal and lock Chthon for good. Robbie can play this for free, and it defeats the only remaining enemy on the board, which is the Nest Mother. All right, so this was great. Good first turn. Oh, interesting.
You invoked the first seal. It can be done. Keep going.
We're free Wolverine now. We do not have any cards. We do have a move. Is there something we want to do? Is there someplace we want to move? How could that be useful? Really, we want to shove somebody into this, right? So if they kind of come to the middle here, maybe moving him a little bit this way could be good. It might give us a better angle to shove somebody into that. Let's move him over here. And then we'll end turn, and we'll see what happens. Oh, Lord. The Dread Maiden. Of course she's infested.
Looking at me?
Okay,
To deny us. We were a part of this world long before you, and will remain long after.
Okay, wow, this is a little
This
tricky.
world can do without you.
This world has no choice.
So, we've got 3 card plays here. We have minion on the board. Another minion there. 2 splitters. He gives us another copy of Midnight Special. Midnight Special is not the best legendary here. It consumes all heroism to damage random enemies 2 times. 1 for each heroism. Damage increases by 31 with each attack, and +1 heroism for each KO. So essentially, he's going to do 62 damage to somebody, and then 91 damage, and then 121 damage, and so on and so forth. But we need massive amounts of heroism for this card to be any good. So we might not be able to play this. We do have Mindbender. And this could be a really strong card to use with Obsidian of Thame, although it might be better to save that for a really strong legendary. If we had Ileana out here right now and her legendary, I would have Thame, use that, and then end turn probably. Chain 4, Taunt. If any target's KO'd, gain 1 counter. Recover 1 health, costs 2. Forceful Knockback, apply 1 vulnerable. The target has full health plus 62 damage. Taunt. Each enemy in an area, gain 1 counter, apply 1 weak. And draw a card. That generates 2. And then Lethal Pounce. Chain 2, full combo, gain 1 strengthen. So we do not have any quick cards here. This is a little rough. I'm not quite sure how to handle this. The strengthened... She's the strengthened one, or the infested one. So if we can kill her, we can kill everything else on the board. Because I think there's only... Yeah, there's only 1 infested remaining. So really, we want to work on her if we can. So ideally, we only have 3 cards, though. But if we can shove her into this or apply vulnerable some other way, then... If we could do that, if we can kill her in one turn with 3 cards, then we don't have to worry about anything else. So let's think about that. This would gain strengthened. Okay, you know, not bad. This applies vulnerable and does forceful knockback. So if we were going to do anything, I think we have to start with that to make her vulnerable. Yeah. So if we start with this, then how do we do enough damage to KO her? Look at this. She's got 3,400 health. Yikes. And if we can't kill her in 3 and we leave everything on the board, that's really bad. What we might want to do is use Power Slash. That'll generate 1 heroism and make her vulnerable. Then we'll have 3 heroism to work with. Chain 4 Taunt. Counter. We might Stink of Fear here on some of the remaining guys. Because that'll apply weak to a lot of these guys who are going to attack Wolverine anyway. They'll make them weak and give him counter so he can do something to them. If we do this, he can gain strengthened. So our best play might be Power Slash into Lethal Pounce. That'll get us 5 more environmental. And we try to get rid of as many things with environmentals as we can, and then we finish up with Stink of Fear. The other thing we could do is some redraws. So if we use that plan, we're not going to play Eviscerate. Or are we? Taunt, generate 2. This costs 2, so probably we don't use Eviscerate. We probably don't use Mindbender. I really don't see us using Midnight Special. Mindbender's basically impossible to use. These guys are definitely going to be a problem, though, if we go to end turn. But because they're going to do lifesteal, or if they're not hurt, they won't actually. They will split, but that's a turn 2 problem. So, do we want to use Stink of Fear? That applies weak, or do we want to use Eviscerate? This could potentially kill one and get us counter. Maybe we save this for next turn. So yeah, Power Slash into Lethal Pounce, Environmentals, and then Stink of Fear. And for next turn, we want to save maybe Mindbender or Eviscerate. I don't see us playing this or this. Let's redraw this and see what we get. Okay, Wild Strike. That I really like. Basically, nothing is targeting the Hunter. If she has full health plus 195 damage. That might be a next turn card. Forceful knockback. So I think the way we're going to use our move here is we're going to open with this to apply vulnerable. So we want to, he's going to do forceful knockback. So we're going to use our move to move the Hunter over to the other side of where Wolverine is. We're going to move her right here. And then when we knock her in, it's going to do extra damage, and we're going to draw a card. So we're going to open with this for sure to put vulnerable on her.
Kiss it goodbye.
They cannot possibly match your strength.
Okay, we did get a quick card, which is very nice. That opens some things up for us. Let's start doing some... This will generate 1 for free. Let's start looking at what we can do with environmentals. So we can take this dog out. We can't take that dog out. We can blow this up to do nothing. This plan is... I'm seeing some flaws in the plan, guys. None of this reaches anyone. Oh, God. That'll come back next turn. Too late. Okay. All right. Okay. Well, we can do this. That's one thing we can do.
Hope you're ready.
And we've got a quick card. What are you near? Nothing. Nothing. That's not there. Okay. So I guess we take someone out with a quick swipe. This is going to do 125 plus 62. That's not going to be enough for one of the big dogs. Is there any difference here? The pack, burning. No, they're all the same. So it doesn't really matter. We might get an area card in kind of here, so we'll do the outlier over there.
Not looking good for you.
Okay. Now, I'm relatively certain there is no way to kill her this turn. But let's do the math. If we do Wild Strike, she has full health, so this will do a lot. So 977, 1077, 1172, plus 50%. 1172 plus 50% is... what did I say? 1172. That's going to be 550 plus 35 is 585. 1172, 1672 plus 85. 1677 plus 80. 1757. So, 1757. The math is getting hard, you guys. 1757 less 689 is 1177 minus 89, which is 1077 plus 11, 1088. She'd have 1088 off of 2266. That puts her at, so roughly she'd have something like 1200 and change left. And then we would have 4 heroism. So this would do nowhere near enough. We've only got 2 card plays left. So do I play Stink of Fear right now? Or do I strengthen and... You know what? Strengthen doesn't matter, right? Because he's going to take the same amount of damage and he's not going to kill them with his counterattack. And next turn we kill her and get rid of them. So the strengthen really doesn't matter. So what we can do instead is vulnerable here. I think we have to do this. It's too good not to while she's vulnerable. Yeah, she's right down around 1200. So I was pretty close with the math. That was kind of hard to do. And then we taunt, apply weak, and gain 1 counter for the end of the turn here. I don't see another way to do this. We can get all of them weakened except... Can we squeeze you in? No. But I think we do that guy as well. So he's going to take... He might go down from this. They're all going to be weak, though. So and he's at full health, so maybe he survives this.
Still in this one.
So everything on the board is going to attack Logan. Oh, and we pulled his rapid healing card, too. Which, if we can kill her, won't matter. Let's see if he survives. All right, end turn.
They hope to break my resolve.
Out come the Soulless. Why did they split before he attacked? Before he countered? Maybe it skipped the counter animation? I don't know what's going on there. Yeah, he's not countering.
Now you're starting to piss me off.
That was... Okay, he survived, so that's good.
They have not lost focus yet.
So these guys all took damage. It seems like it just skipped his counter animation.
It can be done. We are trying.
Yeah, look at everything on the board. So if I didn't know that we could KO them all by doing 1,200 damage to her, I'd be pretty nervous. So we can generate some more heroism with our quick cards. So we can get up to 8. And 10 with this. And then I think Midnight Special, but this is random. The problem is it's random. It doesn't attack her directly. Consume all heroism to damage random enemies 10 times, 1 for each heroism. Damage increases by 31 with each attack. Plus 1 heroism for each KO. Yeah, this is not... This card is not going to do it for us. Okay, we got another Holy Burst. Okay. We need a high damage card on her. Actually, we can do this. That puts some damage on her. Let's have the hunter start with that.
Your time has come.
We get some card draw from the Soulless, I think? No, only the big boy Soulless. Okay, that's something. That's some damage on her. And she's weak. Now, how do we generate... We really need a way to make her vulnerable. We can make Logan strong. And then he could chain her for 4, doing 90 times 4. That's something. It's not really enough, though. And if we use this... So this would be 180. And this would be 90 times 4 is what? 360? So that gets us to 360 plus 180 is 540. That's not enough. If we use Holy Spark... Wait a minute, is she at full health? She is. Okay, so this will do almost 800 damage. That should be enough. If we use that on her. That should be... Damage an enemy or cure if the hunter has full health plus 391 damage. She has full health, right? 2042 of 2042? It's not showing the extra damage, though. I feel like it should. Maybe it doesn't take the mod into account. Let's see.
Blade told
It
me
only
to
did
mention
391. I wonder
Apparently
why.
She is promiscuous.
Oh, look at that. She's at 2024 out of 2042. Son of a bee sting. Oh, gosh, that sucks. All right, we don't need your rapid healing. We need a big damage card, buddy. What is this? Stun and apply 2 vulnerable to all enemies. Well, I wish we'd done that first. This is exhaust. So she gets stunned and vulnerable. Then what? Then this can finish her, maybe? No, probably not. That's our biggest damage card. We do have 2 more redraws. That's our biggest damage card right now. If we play this, we only have 1 card left. Let's see what else we can draw. Chain 2. I mean, him strengthened is good, but not good enough. Call to arms. That's not going to get it done. This does give us more redraws, though, and it's free. Sure, we'll play this.
Let us see if they have an answer for this.
So now, what do? I think if we play this, it doesn't do anything for us. Oh, wait, he gains 1 strengthened playing this. So we don't need this card. Let's redraw this. Mindbender. That's not going to help us. Gaia's Blessing. No, that's not going to help us. Wild Strike. There it is. That's what we needed. Okay. So the other thing I'd love to do is heal her somehow up to full. A lot of her cards have that thing, but I don't have a way to do that. This is enough to... Yeah, this is enough to kill her. All right, let's just finish this.
Your mother.
Man, this is intense. And then we have Wolverine establish the seal. Kills everything on the board. Wow. That's pretty neat.
Another seal is in place. You're halfway there.
Okay, who's free? Nico's free. Okay. In terms of moves... Is she coming back up? Is that what's happening? Alright. We don't have much to do in terms of moves. We have no card plays. What are these? I think these are not real. They're not actually on the board. They should have gotten KO'd. Let's end turn and see what happens. Wow, 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 wow. Alright, the 2 nest mothers are infested. And we are all Nico all the time.
And we will reign eternal.
Okay.
You will lose, Chthon. I know you sense it.
Now, I think the Hunter's legendary is better than Nico's legendary here. Nico's hurts everyone on the board, but it doesn't do as much damage. So I think... Is this free? This is free. I think we generate a Blade Storm here. And then we look at what else we have. Change the cost of all heroic cards in your hand to 0, gain 8. We don't need that right now. What do we have? Blood for Blood, Witchfire, Blood Magic. What I really want is a strengthened Blood Magic to play. Let's redraw this. Curse is also good. Apply 2 vulnerable. Okay, let's start there. If target has block plus 118 damage, apply 2 vulnerable. Let's start with that on this one. This one is infested.
Here we go.
A little bit of damage. Mess her up. Apply vulnerable.
That will not be enough.
She taunts everything on the board.
Coming at me?
Then, can we get vulnerable on the other one? If we can shove her into that, we can. Can the Hunter get the angle? There's also this one. Can you get the angle? No, there's too much in the way. Oh, that's frustrating. If we could kill this one, we could do it. Do we have a quick card? No. Damage a random enemy. This is not helpful at all. Let's redraw that, see what we get. Quick Slash. Okay. So can we kill you and open things up? We can. We can knock you into her.
No mercy for the servants of Lilith.
Okay, that moved her for some reason.
Feel my...
Okay. Hold up. Now,
Maybe I should be flattered.
We've got 2 vulnerable ley lines here. This one already has it. I think Nico can do it now. We shove you into the vulnerable ley line. Yes. She took some damage from that, but I'm okay with it. So now both of these are vulnerable, right? Both of the infested?
Oh, is it my turn?
Yes, both infested are vulnerable. So, now I am going to use my last item here, the Obsidian Athame. Discard the rest of your hand. Hold on. We've got 2 card plays. What do we want to do here? Change the cost of all heroic cards and gain 8. Or Swarm, 236 damage. On KO, draw 2 cards. Or 177. Alright, so we'll Swarm one of them, the one who's higher. We'll Swarm this one. Actually, no, we won't. We will use the item, because then we'll have a card play, we can play it again. If we need to. I think that's better. Yeah, this is more damage. Yeah, okay. We're going to play the item. Don't discard their next played card. Discard the rest of your hand instead. Free. So the hero
You need this more than I do.
plays Blade Storm here on these 2. Now, is there any unintended consequence of this that I'm not thinking about? There's no splitters, nothing like that. All right, so we want to figure out how can we get the most damage on these 2. That's a lot for one of them. That's a lot for the other one. Okay, so they're both hitting something. I think that's the best I can do.
They do not stand a chance.
Oh God, that's crazy.
The history books really didn't do
Okay. Wow, why did Nico do that? She countered her for some reason. Okay.
I am still the prize.
We've got Holy Spark here, which is quick. That might be something to look at. These guys have 1,200 and 1,900 left, so we're not going to KO them with one. We could maybe remove this enemy. Might as well do that. And there's a lot of lag going on here. But that was probably worth doing because we're going to have to end turn here and take a turn. Can we get both of them? We can stun her, or we can get her closer to death. So I guess we can't. We literally cannot get them both. Looks like is there a world? No. What if Nico came over here and threw a rock? Does that stagger her backwards a step? Maybe. Maybe that's what that final red circle is. No, she moved all the way over there instead. Why would you show me a red circle that moves her one way and then actually have her move another?
Ready when you are.
I don't understand that. So we can stun her. If we hit her into Nico, what happens? Not enough. Can we get the KO on this one somehow? No, but we can do that. All right, we're gonna do that.
There is no escape.
So the soulbound ones are done, and only the 2 nest mothers are left on the board, along with some weird artifacts and a bunch of lag. Can you, if you blow that up, you hurt her a little bit, but it wastes the stun, which is not great. This one's almost dead. Okay, there's nothing we can do. End turn. See what happens. Okay, all right.
You've already come this far, Hunter. Together, there is nothing you can't do.
It is your true destiny, Hunter.
How does she have that much health? Okay. Well, we definitely need to start with a quick attack to kill this one. We need to kill both of them this turn. Oh, man, the frame lag is killing me here. All right, that's one KO. I guess if we hit her into that, it might hurt the other one. This is like 15, 10 frames per second.
It would
This is
seem
rough.
Lilith chose poorly.
Okay, we can hurt her by hitting the little altars. That's good to know. Let's see. Double up. Generate a copy of each attack in your hand. That would be good for this. Crack in the sky. Damage random enemies. Yeah, we don't need this. Atum's Call. Change the cost of all heroic cards in your hand to 0. That's good to hang on to. Let's see. I kind of want to play this on the Hunter, but this is probably the better play. Actually, both cards are good. Because if I have this, then it's 900 damage, right? So if we restore her, it's 900 damage. If we double it up, we get 2 of them, but then we only have 1 card play. So can we find a way to damage her enough? Probably not. What do we have in the way of these things? We could blow this up. All right, let's start there. Let's have Nico, I think, blow this up to kill that thing. Wait, for her, hold on. For her, it says 1. For the hero, it says, is that 1 or 0? Well, okay. That hurts her for 200. Okay, okay. And then, is there another one on the board? There's this one. Nico's almost dead here, but she could do it. Yeah, it's 1 for her, but it's 0 for the Hunter for some reason. What does she have? Naturalist. Environmental attacks cost 1 less hero. I don't know why she gets that. Probably because it's the final battle, but we'll take it. Is this going to hurt Nico? No. Okay, we'll take that. Okay. If we can get her down below, 912, we can KO her. 1 more might do it. Let's see. We could throw this at that. Could we shove him into that, or could we shove someone into that to do enough damage to kill it? Let's find out. Yes. Was that enough? Actually, it doesn't. I don't think it matters because if we restore the hero, it's not enough, but I think we can still do it because we can kill this thing with the second copy because it's quick. All right, so we're going to restore the hero.
Let me help.
Then we're going to double up, generate a copy of each attack in your hand. This should make a copy of Holy Spark, which is an attack. There we go. We got 2 Holy Sparks. We use 1 to kill this. Get the KO. It's quick.
You have heard. Once again, Lilith's servants fall.
And then the last Holy Spark should finish her. There we go.
You have earned. The leader has fallen.
Whew. Okay. Nico, establish a seal.
Almost there. You just need one more seal to end this.
I love that Ileana is my final partner here. My best friend in the game. I don't know how the game knew, but it knew. Okay. Guys, we're on the final round here. The runtime on this video is already at 2 hours. I might have to break it up into 2 episodes. I probably will. But the frame lag, I want to try reloading. So real quick, we're going to do that. So jump cut in 3, 2, 1. Okay. I probably should have done this earlier, but I have restarted the game, and now things are working. We are back at the end of the 3rd round. We've got 3 seals established. Ileana's out on the board. And we are going to generate her card because it is friggin' amazing. All right. Here we go. Last round. Oh, that's nasty. 3 soulbound. So we really need to kill them on the first turn.
Will return him to his prison.
Oh Lord, sleep is over. We will not return to that place.
Yeah, this is a little rough right now. I'm going to be honest. We don't have great cards here. Stun and apply 2 vulnerable to all enemies. We probably need to do this. Yeah. Now, we don't need 2 Dark Childs. Let's redraw this. Gather, that would be probably really strong. We can gather these 3 together. Okay. They're all near this, so they should all take damage if we blow it up. I think. Does that one hit anybody? No. This one will hit him, which isn't great, but we'll get some damage on 2 of them. What's next? We don't need a limbo portal here. Trap door, move an enemy, apply vulnerable. We don't really need that either. We don't have great cards here, so we are going to end up using Darkchild to survive. We will go ahead and use this to get some damage going.
Now that was something.
And
You are nothing compared to the things I
that
have
was
seen.
exact. Oh my
And
god, I
killed.
can't believe I just did that. I'm out of card plays. It wasn't quick because I didn't get a KO. Oh, that was a mistake and a half. All right, well, what can we do about it? Nothing. We can do nothing. Yikes. Okay, well, let's see how badly I messed up here. That was not bad at all. Okay.
It has always been this way.
Give all heroes full block and force strengthened. The next magic damage card instantly KOs its targets. Well, now I wish I had... Now I wish I had that gather. We don't need call to arms. Kick. Okay, so we can get an instant KO. And then we could use Dark Child. The other thing I want to do is I want the hero to stay at full health, so I'm going to use our move to cure her. Now it says that this instantly KOs its targets. So I wonder if a knockback counts for that. It's only a damage card. We have 3 card plays, so I can do 1, 2, 3 here. I think I'm gonna try this. So let's do Set's Favor. Let's kick her into there. I guess that's the best we can do. We cannot hit the other one. Actually, if we blow it up first, where would she move for that matter? She can do it for free.
No mercy!
Okay. Now we can use Kick. Get an instant KO on this one. Yeah, it's not going to get a KO on that one. Which one has the most health? 739, 833. So we should kick this one into that one. That's 1 KO, but unfortunately they're soulbound.
You won't survive another encounter with me.
So now we Dark Child with our last card play. The alternative is a Quick Slash. If we can get enough damage with it. We can get this one. Alright, let's do this then. There's a card draw too.
You had no chance to escape. You were too weak.
Why did she
for
get
this
hurt
fight.
there? I'm not quite sure why she got hurt. But trapdoor. Yeah, we're fine. We're gonna Dark Child to finish.
Hold still, and I will
I see I am not the only one with the darker side.
You get nothing. We are invulnerable.
She will sustain.
It was your time.
Okay, if we can finish them this turn, we get the 4th seal. So they're all at 217 health. That is nice and
They
low.
are set on coming after me.
Okay, Holy Burst. I think you do the job, right? That's 1, 2. Where's the 3rd one? There it is. How interesting that it's a light card ability that finishes Chthon.
Your mother abandons you.
Do it, Ileana. Finish it. Complete the seal on Chthon. Hunter only. Is there not a cool-ass animation? Oh, maybe we see it here.
Never shut up!
Nothing will harm that book.
Only Chthon can kill Chthon.
Energy! Surge! Get out of there!
For you, my child.
I am here.
Go home. Leave. And live. Oh, no. What's happening?
Chthon changed us both when you cured me centuries ago. We belong to that book as much as him now.
I failed you.
No. You saved me. Saved us all. Whatever happens next, we shall face it together. Mother.
Okay. That was a pretty satisfying ending fight and an end to the game and the story. Really interesting new mechanics, overpowered cards to make sure you can win. And in the final moment, we saw the truth, right? We were never quite certain whether the remnant of Lilith that was buried beneath the corruption was capable of turning on Chthon. But it seems like her love for her daughter was strong enough that in the final moment, she was able to do the right thing. So, I imagine the hunter is feeling a very strong burst of emotions in those last moments. And in terms of the gameplay, we did pretty well, finished in 10 turns. There were a couple of those seals where we took an extra turn because we couldn't finish them fast enough. But overall, A very, very fun finishing battle and a great end to the game. Mission rewards include a super legendary combat suit, 2 coils, and a legendary passive, Master of the Hunt. Reduce all Hunter collar thresholds by 1. Hunter is immune to all negative status effects. So if you were going into New Game Plus and bumping up the difficulty, that would be an incredible passive. All right.
Sometimes I forget just how beautiful that can be.
I never do.
Just wish everyone was here to see it.
Well, a giant wall of light did just teleport us back here from the crossroads of creation to our own little pocket dimension localized here in the sunny suburbs of Massachusetts. Fairly certain anything's possible at this point.
All right, and here come the credits. So, thoughts on the game? Okay. Does that happen? Is that going to keep happening? First of all, the overall concept of the game is very interesting to me. It kind of reminds me a little bit of the Fire Emblem series, where in addition to the kind of strategic tactical combat, you also have a relationship management portion of the game, and it has impacts on the game by changing the mechanics, right? I think that the combat itself was really strong. I thought the combat in the game was fun. I liked the way that the mechanics worked with the cards and figuring out almost like a puzzle each different fight. How do I get the most out of my hand, right? And how do I build a deck on this hero that when I bring them with other heroes, it all works together and goes well. I liked the quick card mechanic. I liked the heroism mechanic. And the card play mechanic. They all kind of worked well together. The enemy variety was good for most of the game. By the time I got to the end and started into the friendship grind, it got a little repetitive. Basically, every mission had 2 soul-linked revenants and a splitter guy. I forget what their actual name is. And then, you know, a handful of different types of Hydra or other Lilin. I think they could have added a little bit more enemy variety into the game. That would have been one thing they could have done. The art style had moments of glory and then moments where really it was a problem. Like this stuff here that we're seeing on screen, this art is fantastic, but obviously for the closing section, you can afford to have things that are sort of pre-rendered and what have you. We did see quite a lot of visual glitches throughout the game. We had texture problems, we had lighting problems, we had some frame lag in various parts of the place. And this is a new gaming laptop. It's got a 3090 RTX mobile chip and should be able to play this game. Especially for an Unreal 4 engine game. So, graphically, overall, I really enjoyed it. I liked a lot of the animations. They weren't too long, for the most part. They weren't like, you know, Final Fantasy VII summons or anything like that. They were a good length. They did some cool stuff, and you unlocked new stuff in a way that was good. Oh, hold on. We've got a little cutscene here.
Well, I'm starting to think the Ancient Ones never believed we'd actually survive the prophecy.
I could consult the records of the Vishanti once the city approves the Sanctum's rebuilding permit.
Lilith and the Hunter's Bond defied death before. Defied Chthon. Prophecy or not, I know this story is far from over.
So to continue my thoughts on the game, when we got down, when you go past the combat, which was really pretty fun and creative, and I think something that they should definitely iterate on strongly for the DLC and any potential follow-up game, depending on how Midnight Suns actually performs, whether they make another one. The social aspect of things was a little bit less well developed, a little bit less polished. I liked the idea. I like the idea of kind of hanging out with heroes, of having relationships with them, building them. The customization stuff had potential to be interesting too, but the skins weren't good enough, in my opinion, or interesting enough. And then there were some flaws. The Abbey was kind of pretty meh. It was pretty lackluster. Like, the mysteries weren't that mysterious. The lore did give us a little bit of insight into the background of the Hunter, the background of Caretaker, Agatha, Lilith, and Hiram Shaw, but it never really went far enough. It never really did anything interesting enough to me. It wasn't... There were no aha moments. There were no real revelations. It was just kind of like, oh, well, bad stuff happened. The only real revelation was that Lilith wasn't corrupted by greed for power, that she was corrupted by love. And the resolution of that storyline, obviously, we just watched. I did like the story, the overall plot. It was nothing world-shaking. The writing was pretty good. We got a lot of kind of snappy Marvel-style hero stuff. A couple of the characterizations were pretty weak. I did not like Iron Man at all in this game. I did not like Nico. I think nothing to do with the voice actors, but as written, they were kind of angry jerks the whole game, and you never saw that. You never saw their inherent goodness that makes them a hero in the first place. You never saw the underlying charm. It was just kind of off-putting. Loved Ileana. Thought she was a fantastic character, both from a mechanical point of view and from a characterization point of view. I thought she was by far the most interesting character. I do wish there'd been a little bit more with her story and Limbo. I understand they can't do that for every character, but I would have liked to have had a fight with Mephisto and Limbo. That would have been a cool kind of extra bit. Some of the other characters, Blade, his characterization was a little bit weak. You know, he was very much a one-trick pony. Like, we got to train and be serious and like take things seriously. There was a little bit in his friendship storyline of kind of the darkness of having to kill his mentor, but it wasn't handled that well. Carol was a pretty solid character, Captain Marvel. So was Steve. Again, a lot of the characters were more kind of one note. Steve was all about leadership. And Carol was all about, like, overcoming your doubts and doing what you want to do. Other cool heroes. Spider-Man was okay. I thought it was pretty funny that his storyline was he comes in, he doesn't want anybody to know he's Peter Parker, and then 5 minutes later he tells everyone. That's such a Peter Parker thing to do. Doctor Strange had a great character arc. His was probably the strongest character arc and character growth throughout the game. Who else was there? Robbie was decent. You know, Robbie Reyes. He had the kind of the self-doubt, the fears for his brother, the worship of Johnny Blaze. That kind of went somewhere. That was pretty good. Let's see, other Avengers. Wolverine came in late, and the Hulk came in late. I think the choice to have the Hulk be an opponent throughout the game was really strong, because it meant that you didn't have him on your side, and you didn't have to explain why the strongest hero is getting taken down by a doggy minion, right? Another thing to talk about is the difficulty. I do not generally play games with a difficulty at the highest level, but by the end there, I could have bumped it up a notch or two. You get so strong with upgrades and the deck building and the mods and the items too. I felt the difficulty was pretty well balanced throughout most of the game, and the ability to change it however you want, whenever you want, I think is a very strong choice. I think there should have been better rewards for higher difficulty. I don't think Gloss and Hero XP is a particularly great system. I guess if you go up high and they get powered up to the highest experience level sooner, that's one thing. But the thing is, the game just kind of adjusts the level of enemies to how strong your heroes are anyway in terms of experience. So I would have liked to see maybe more better rewards, you know, more hero essence, more credits. And I would have liked if the gloss was more interesting. A lot of the skins didn't really do it for me, and there wasn't a lot of variety. Most of the gloss would have gone to palettes. So I would have liked to see, like, probably 5 or 6 more skins for each hero with really interesting, just 2 or 3 palettes, but, like, really interesting color choices and design choices there. But the other thing about the kind of social dollhouse management of it was that it got a little bit, it kind of dragged on in places. When you're choosing to go and speak to somebody, to work on their friendship, to like work on the hunter's light and dark balance or what have you, that's one thing. But when like there's 5 different conversations happening at every moment and you kind of have to stop and wait, and there's pauses between each delivery of the voice line, and people are kind of speaking a little bit slowly, it kind of dragged out. I think that they could have really trimmed the fat there. And same with the Superlink. Like, some of the Superlink stuff just was not worth having. If you're going to put that in, it should be for comic relief, and it should be really funny social commentary posts. And there were a few of those in there which were great. But yeah, the social side of thing, I think they could have cut a lot of fat out of that and really tightened it up and made it more interesting, and maybe somehow had a bigger impact on the gameplay. I think that side of the game probably needs some work. The light and dark balance and the colors and the passives and the suits and everything, I thought that was a really cool choice. Really, really well designed for customizing your hunter the way you want. I do think, like, on subsequent playthroughs, I might go all dark or all light to see how that changes the balance of the game and what kind of that does to introduce changes to the combat and the interaction options. I am looking forward to the DLC. I don't think I will record that, but they're bringing in Storm and Venom and Deadpool and one other hero I can't remember. And they are going to be available from the start of the game, I believe, if you've purchased the DLC, as like friends that you can build friendship with, and they have new cards and new decks and new mechanics. It would obviously be a little strange that you're going to be playing with Venom against Fallen Venom, but maybe they'll throw some kind of bone in there to explain it from a story perspective. Maybe he's a clone or something. Who knows? Storm. Storm was did I mention Storm? It's going to be Storm, Deadpool, Venom, and someone else. I forget. But yeah, overall, I had a blast with this game. I really enjoyed it. The only things that I didn't enjoy was when the story side of things was kind of dragging on. And the general missions, the stuff in between the story missions could get a little tedious sometimes. But the story missions were fun. You know, the animations and combat were good. I felt like the cutscene direction was pretty strong. And the plot, again, nothing special, just, you know, uniting found family against a challenge. And the contrast between your found family and your birth family. And then in the end, you know, a grand culminating confrontation with the big bad that results in a sacrifice and victory. We saved the world. The heroes saved the world. Overall, I think it's a pretty strong game. Yeah, and I had a good time with it. We need an optimization patch and some bug fixes. You know, it's only been about a month and a half since release, so presumably that's coming. There's going to be some DLC. I do think, you know, like I said, the story, the dollhouse side of things was a little slow and a little unfocused. That could have used some work. And the Abbey and the mysteries around it could have used some work as well, if I'm being honest. It kind of just padded things out in a way that it didn't need. The legendary chest should have had much better rewards. And other than that, that kind of sums up my thoughts. I will say the soundtrack was really good. I liked the music. And the voice acting was, you know, it was pretty good most of the time. Not everybody fit my conception and my image of those heroes. I mean, a lot of that is because we've spent 15 years with the MCU, so everybody has, you know, Robert Downey Jr. or Hugh Jackman in their mind for certain heroes. But I thought overall it was pretty good. I thought Wanda's voice actress did a really good job. Did anyone else stand out to me? Obviously Ileana, but I love Laura Bailey, so that was probably inevitable. The Hunter's voice actress left a little something to be desired to me. It's probably tough because they're given direction that they have to negotiate between. They can't go dark, they can't go light. They have to be somewhere in the middle. I haven't listened to too much of the Matt Mercer version for the male Hunter. She did, whoever, I don't know the name, but whoever did the voice acting for the Hunter did a serviceable job. Not outstanding, not fantastic, which you really kind of want for your main character, but serviceable. I'm trying to think through who else was in here. Yeah, nobody else really stood out to me. And so overall, if I was going to score this game, it'd probably be like a 7.5 or an 8 out of 10. A lot of strong combat, a lot of fun gameplay, kind of dragged down by technical issues, which weren't too bad. I think we only had 2 crashes in the game, but lots of visual artifacts and some slowdown in places. Kind of a weak social side with the stories not being all that strong, not too much character development. Like if you're gonna go for that, go all in, right? And the Abbey and the like skins and the customization stuff not being that strong to me. Probably 7.5. Without the combat, which was a blast, it would probably be down around a 6. And there's room for improvement, room to iterate. If they do a follow-up game, I really don't know how it's performing, so I'm not sure if there would be a Midnight Marvel Suns 2 or a Marvel Midnight Suns 2 or something like that. I think there's a lot of potential for a follow-up game. If they tighten things up on the social side, make it speedier, snappier, and more meaningful, if they improve the way the Abbey and some of the other stuff works, and really expand on the combat and the enemy variety and get a really good, strong, solid story, a second game like this could be really good. It would probably be something I would play. But that kind of sums up my thoughts here, so I am going to speed up through the rest of the credits. I do think it's important for video games to pay homage to the people who work on them, because there is so much work that goes into creating a game like this, and so many people involved, that I always want to watch the full credits. And you never know, with a Marvel game, there's probably a post-credits scene. So we'll skip. We won't skip, but we will speed through this here to get to the end. Anyway, I hope you guys have enjoyed the playthrough. For me, when I play a game that has a kind of a blank slate or a role-playing component, I always like to think through, what do we know about the character? What are we choosing for the character? Oh, there was the voice. There's the voice stuff. I missed it. I missed the whoever the Hunter was. But yeah, I do like to make my choices, and this game kind of gave me some of that opportunity.
I came to destroy him. More lies from his herald. You surprised me, beloved one. Coming so far.
It is over already.
Child.
Amateurs.
Okay. That was almost certainly Doctor Doom. Oh. Tutorial Endgame. Congratulations on finishing the main campaign of Marvel's Midnight Suns. The Hunter has returned to a point before the Midnight Sun, allowing them to continue completing missions, leveling up heroes, improving friendships, and exploring the Abbey and its grounds. A new set of high-level general missions are available in Transia. All previously defeated Fallen and villains may appear on missions in any region. New Game Plus is now unlocked. Okay. Well, I'm not doing any of that. We're not doing New Game Plus. I would be kind of curious about the new high-level missions, but not enough to record an episode about it. But to finish up what I was saying, I did like the light-dark or balance mechanic as well. I thought that was very strong. And I really liked that we were able to kind of role-play into that, to say how our character was kind of going to navigate that path between the darkness she was born into and the light that was needed to defeat it. So, that sort of sums up my thoughts on the games. Guys, leave your thoughts below on the finale here. Let me know what you thought. And let me know what you think about what to play next. I'm open to suggestions. So I think next, instead of focusing exclusively on one game, I'm going to probably play 2. And I'm open to suggestions. So let me know what you think. And other than that, I just want to thank everybody for watching the series. It's a huge, huge honor for me when people like the series, they like the episodes, they subscribe to my channel, they leave comments. It's a big ego boost. I really appreciate it, and it makes doing this worthwhile. You know, I love playing games, and I'm starting to really love putting together these series for streaming and for, you know, YouTube VODs and Let's Play style playlists. So I'm going to be putting a lot of work into the channel and building the community, and it all starts with you. So thank you so much. Hope you enjoyed Marvel's Midnight Suns. I'm Josue, and I'll see you in the next video, whatever that might be.